I can hear myself.
Same.
I can hear you.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. We're so glad you came in.
for
Of
having me.
course.
I'm super pumped.
The other thing I'll mention really quick is
Yeah.
it'll end up going live like on our Facebook.
Okay.
Not live, but like it'll go on our Facebook, and our YouTube channel will be the video version. And then the audio version will be on Spotify and Audible and all those places by Friday afternoon.
Okay, cool.
Okay? So then I can tag you, and then you can share it away with whoever you want at that point as well. Cool?
Cool.
All right. I think we're recording, right?
We are.
Yay! The video version we just call kind of behind the scenes because we don't get all of that edited because that would be a lot. So, but it's kind of fun. People get to see us from start to finish, the behind the scenes of us celebs here. All right. Well, here we go. Let's be probably best if I hit record first.
Hello.
Hello. Shadow.
Hola.
Hello. I love it. We're here with Shado Rose, right?
Yes. Hello.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having
Well,
me. I'm
of
super excited.
course. Oh my gosh. It's so fun. All right. Well, let's just get right into it. Hey?
Yeah. Hey.
Wow. I'm just really showing the
All
Wisconsin.
right, let her rip there.
Let her rip
Let her
there,
rip,
hey?
Chip.
Oh my gosh.
In the know in the 920.
Seeing that I hit things I'm not supposed to. Okay, well, we're going. We're doing it. Shadow,
Kelly.
thanks again for
And
being here.
Nick.
And Nick.
And Nick. Look at him.
Hello, Internet.
Oh my gosh. Hello, world. Shadow, thank you again. So tell us, I know we're going to talk all about your business, which is really exciting because, again, this is all about, I love promoting other small businesses and hearing about your journey and things like that. But let's start with just kind of, your career path, where you started and where you are today.
Oh gosh, if we started all the way back, I don't know, we'd be here forever.
Well, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, my very first job, I'll just put this out there for the world to know, was, do you remember what my first job was, Nick?
Chuck E. Cheese.
No, close. I did work at Chuck E. Cheese for
You're-
a very, very short period of time.
Kind of jealous.
I thought it was going to be so great. No offense to the Chuck E. Cheese people out there. My kids love it, but it was a little, I was in high school and it was a little much actually. I was working kind of late at night and things like that.
Did you have to be the mouse?
No, thank the Lord. I didn't have to be the mouse, but I had to do like performances. It was really like when the mouse would come out,
Yeah.
we would all come out.
All
and
right,
do-
kids, let's get up and dance.
Yeah, that was more than I could really take. But anyways, no, my very first job back in the day was at the Darboy Club, which is now obviously
Darboy Club.
gone. But the Darboy Club. And I cleaned up from weddings
Oh,
on Saturday and Sunday mornings. And that's back when everybody still smoked inside.
oh.
So pitchers of beer and
All I smell
Stale.
is stale beer and cigarettes.
yep. It was something. You know what? It really what it did was it motivated me to not do that job
And developed character.
for sure. So where did you start?
I started at Texas Roadhouse as a
Oh,
hostess.
I love it.
Ooh.
I love it.
I did. And I still have like PTSD from sweeping up peanut shells.
I believe that.
Oh, yeah.
I discovered this is a little like in the know,
Okay.
little behind the scenes secret
Okay.
for employees, which some like common folk, if you will, know that if you like the bread, you know how you get the cinnamon butter
Don't
with
even
it?
talk to me about it.
Oh, yeah.
You
It
can
is-
dip that bread in ranch.
What?
It sounds disgusting, but I swear to God, don't knock it till you try it.
Sounds cool.
It's actually pretty awesome.
That's a bussin', bussin'.
Tori's little Toryisms in there too, and I just felt like that was the appropriate time for that.
Yeah.
That I kind of feel like I want to go there like tonight.
Let's go there right
yeah,
now.
like
Let's just leave.
let's. I mean, the bread in and of itself
Oh yeah.
is amazing.
Yes.
Now you're telling me something. I mean, I love the bread and I love ranch. So now we're gonna marry those two, right? And holy
Heaven.
wow.
Heavenly.
Yeah.
This is like I'm really I need a
I'm
moment.
Here to teach the people, man. That's what I'm really
Yeah,
here
you're
for.
really here to share all the things. So everyone, hurry up to Texas Roadhouse.
Get your nearest Texas
Yeah.
Roadhouse
Yes.
today.
Maybe just have like a side of broccoli with it or something.
Just
to-
a little
know.
health,
Yeah.
a little health benefit on the
Salad.
side.
Yeah.
Couple lettuce leaves. Yeah.
One or two. That's it. Yeah.
So after the Texas Roadhouse sweeping of the peanuts, dipping of the bread in ranch, where did you go from there?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I had various careers throughout my life.
Okay. Well, you're not that old. I mean, geez.
I feel like 87 years old.
Yeah. No, girl, me too.
My body probably is. I guess like into my adult life, I started college with law enforcement,
Okay.
and I actually got in trouble. I got in an accident, and then I had some really crappy nurses. So then I went to nursing school.
Okay.
Worked at Bellin for 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
And kind of just realized I wasn't into healthcare.
Sure.
I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Like
Yeah.
when I grew up and I was like
Yep.
24 years old at this
Oh,
point.
I get that. That was me too. 1000%.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
gosh, I was kind of like in and out everywhere. I managed a GNC, learned about supplement health, all these different things.
Yeah.
And eventually became a mother.
Love
And that's
that.
where I really learned my love for photography. I like as a parent, a new parent, right? You're taking pictures of your kids left and right,
all the time.
taking pictures with your loved ones, with your new baby,
Mm-hmm.
and so on and so forth. So that's kind of where I started hobby photography.
Sure.
That was super fun.
Isn't it fun when you do something like that and all of a sudden it's like, I really like this?
Yeah.
You know?
And it was really cool to see, like, I played around with editing, and I think that was, like, when filters started coming out. I can't remember off the top of my head, but, like,
Sure.
when filters were just, like, a thing. And seeing, like, the before and then, like, the after of, like, editing was really fun for me. And,
So you kind of like the whole spectrum of it,
yeah,
not just behind the camera, but doing the editing, doing all of that.
I love editing so
That's
much. That's
awesome.
probably one of my favorite
That's
things.
really cool.
Video is a lot harder than photos. But yeah, I just really love how powerful a photo can be. And like, especially when, time passes and it's so like, sometimes that's all you have left. And like, as
That's
a
so
parent,
true.
you're like, I blinked. That's all I did is I blinked. Like, how did
1000%.
you, like, I missed this whole
I know.
8-9 years of your life because I blinked. That's all I
Yep.
did. And you have these
Oh my
pictures.
gosh. Yeah.
And a picture can take you back to like a place.
Mm-hmm.
You can smell it, you can see it, you can feel it.
That's so true.
And that's what I really, really love about photography. So
Kind of like the pictures I have of my Chuck E. Cheese employment. Just kidding. I
Nobody
can
took
smell it.
pictures
I can.
Smells like grease and child sweat.
side note, my daughter refuses to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Does she?
She went there one time and saw the mouse. That's what she refers
She
to.
didn't like it?
The mouse. She will not go.
I love that.
Refuses.
I
She doesn't
love
care
that.
how many games there are.
She's like, listen, I don't want to mess around with that thing.
She will not. It's
Smart.
so funny.
Smart girl. Smart girl.
Did you know that the E in Chuck E. Cheese stands for entertainment?
Does it really?
Yeah.
They
Wow.
lied to you. They lie. They're zero entertainment.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty great. So, but no, I totally agree with you, and it's so funny because you get like on Facebook and things, you get your daily memories that pop up, right? And
yes.
sometimes I get the ones from like because my kids are almost 12 and 9 now, and it's like you just said, it's like, oh my gosh. Sometimes I'll say to my husband, "Where did this for real?" And I feel like such a mom or even like a granny saying those kinds of things because you hear that your whole life. Oh, you're going to grow up so fast and then your kids are going to grow up so fast and don't blink and blah, blah, blah. But it really is true.
So true.
It's so true.
Yeah, I like thank you to my daughter because that's where I feel like I really loved or like learned to love it.
Yeah.
Funny story too. Actually, in high school, I failed photography.
That's amazing.
Huh.
Everybody, call Shado today for all your photo needs. Okay.
Yes. And also call my teacher from my senior year at Bayport and tell him
Look at you now.
to look at my Indeed.
Now, that's interesting. Did you have a photography option, Nick? I don't think I did.
We did.
But also, I went to
I-
school back in the Stone Ages. I'm in my early 40s, so.
Yeah, I think we had like a full on, like there was a dark room and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I got to see that.
Huh. I didn't get any of
Probably why I failed.
those. No, I'm just saying, back in my day, we didn't have any of those options. So that's cool that they at least offered it.
Yeah, we had some really cool ones. I went to Bayport in Green Bay and they had like a screen printing class, like a graphic arts class maybe. I don't remember exactly like if
Sure.
it was an all-in-one program or all the different ones.
Yeah. Do you remember your teacher's name?
Sure do. I'm not going to say it because he's still a teacher and I see him sometimes.
Well, all we want to say is what? We're sorry for those days. but
Sorry for your loss.
Look at her now.
Look at
at
me
her now. I love it.
So I guess after I became a mom, I became a single mom
Okay.
and had to restore my career path and
Sure.
literally procurement fell into my lap.
Okay.
Supply chain world, out of nowhere, and I loved that. Started working at a couple different places. Started at Jones Sign, and then went to a pizza company, which was amazing. I became a pizza connoisseur, and I am such a pizza snob to this day because of it.
That's awesome.
Yes, made a lot of friends. Through that, though, like I just really, it just wasn't a passion. Like I loved it, but at the same time, like I feel like I loved the importance of it, the importance of
Sure.
my role, but I
Right.
like didn't find joy.
It wasn't like, this is what I meant to do.
Exactly. And I really felt drained too, going home every night. I felt like I missed a lot of my kid's life. And I feel like I missed a lot of my own life too, where
Sure.
I was like taking work home with me and going, whether it was a weekend or a weekday at night where I was just like constantly checking my phone, checking my email, and I never felt like I was there.
Right.
So I knew something needed to change. Kind of in the time frame ish. My daughter was a little over 2.5,
Okay.
and I met my current boyfriend, love of my life.
Yay! Shout out to Shadow's current boyfriend.
He's the best. He just really gave me the courage, and like I was already.
awesome.
He knew I like what my hobbies were, obviously, right? So he was like, "You could do that. Like you could do this."
Sure.
And like we sat down, figured out the financials of it all, and basically figured out like what I would need to, make it a go kind of.
Correct.
Started my
Yep.
LLC, and then kind of started planning like, okay, when am I going to leave the company to do this on my own?
So
Or,
you were
like-
still working at your other job while you were kind of getting this going.
Correct. So try to figure it out. I reached out to other photographers that I really admired in the art or in the trade or whatever, and said, "Hey guys, like I just started my LLC, like super excited. I'm going to start this business. What kind of like give me the good, the bad, the ugly, like what kind of advice do you have for me as
Sure.
a beginner?" And one of the gals actually, she's messaged me and she's like, "Oh my gosh, like," and I don't think she messaged me right away. I don't remember exactly how long it took, but whatever. So she tells me, she's like, "So crazy that you messaged me. Like, I'm looking for associate photographers. Does this sound like something you'd be interested in?" So we kind of like connected and figured out like a partnership kind of.
Sure.
And training too. So tried to figure out like what my path was.
Yeah.
And I've done boudoir photography like as a client, and I know how empowering that feels, especially as a woman and a mother. Like I feel like you lose part of your identity, and you're
Nick
like,
wants to do that.
be a mother.
Be a mother. Yeah.
Ah.
So I just knew like giving back to a woman, making a woman feel sexy again and feeling like confident again is something that I really wanted to do.
Sure.
So I jumped in and worked with this studio for a while, or a short while, I should say. And then just kind of was like, oh, maybe not. Maybe I want something different. Maybe I want to do more families. Maybe like I didn't really know.
Sure.
So I started dabbling in everything, which to this day I'm still dabbling in everything.
Sure.
But I love it all.
That's good though, because you get to do a variety of things then, right? You're not just
Absolutely.
like on such a one track, where you just have this, right?
Right.
You're not pigeonholed into something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for, I guess, all the people that I've met, because it's like I get to be a part of their milestones, if you will, of of life, whether it's a senior picture, whether it's a family photo, even the mini sessions, which are pretty popular, I'm sure you
Sure.
know. So there's like the 15-minute mini sessions. You can learn so much about a family or a couple or child or whatever in those sessions. And to be able to take that away with you is so fun. And then also like grow with them as a family, as a couple, as an individual, whatever. So that's really fun for me too. And yeah, so
I love
then
that.
I guess in my head I was like, all right, winter was here last winter, and I was doing newborn stuff, but also I was like, oh crap, like I don't have a space. I'm making a makeshift studio in our screen porch or our kitchen. And with Al, I was blessed with 3 beautiful bonus children. So that's 4 kids. We have 6 dogs.
Little tight on room.
Little tight.
You said 6 dogs?
Hey, I have 3.
6
I thought
dogs.
that was a record, but I love this. I would
It's
like
a-
to have 6.
Yeah, it's a really good like dog to person ratio. So like that's
Good
what really
point.
matters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's just a lot of
Dogs
grooming.
are the best.
Only 2 of them get groomed.
Okay, good.
Dogs are the
Yeah.
best.
I'm just thinking, like, if you had, like, a bunch of huskies or something, that's just you
Oh.
got tumbleweeds
Well-
rolling through your house.
Oh my gosh.
No, thankfully they're all short hair and they're
Okay.
amazing.
That's awesome.
And like they're all little, like
Okay.
littler.
Sure.
Um,
But obviously you start to get a little you start to feel a little tight on space.
yes. So, and then it wasn't really even the space. Like we have some ample space in the home, which is awesome. Super blessed to have that. The part that was like, I felt, I don't want to say frustrated. I don't really know the word of how I felt, but like, I felt bad making my family or like the other family, like schedule wise, right? Like,
Sure.
I had to be like, okay, so and so's got football practice here. We don't have the kids this week, so I could do it that week. But then I should probably find somewhere for Ella to go because she's gonna be all up in my business.
I think you kind of you got to a point where you were like, I need to make this more of an official business and separate the two.
Absolutely.
Right? Home life, work life.
Yeah, and I
right?
never wanted to make anyone in my home feel like that wasn't their home.
Sure.
And
Everybody tiptoe around. We've got pictures.
yep.
Yeah.
Or like
yeah.
Al, like I would find him. Sometimes I'd be like, that's weird. Like I know he came home like an hour ago. Also, why did it take me an hour? But anyways, I'd be like,
Yeah.
I know he came home an hour ago. Like why did he not come in?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I knew I just needed a space. So I'm looking at spaces. Again, I'm from the Green Bay area. Now I'm based in Fox Valley. So I wanted to find somewhere that I could be able to accommodate my family and friends in the Green Bay area and my family and friends in the Fox Valley. Initially, I started in Wrightstown,
Okay.
and that's where I thought I was going to end up. Like, it was a beautiful place on the river, and I'm trying to, like, think of all of these, different things I can do, right? And long story short, that place fell through. And I was, like, in love with it. I thought, like, that was the place. And
That's
in the
always a
meantime,
bummer when that happens.
it was a blessing in disguise. It
There,
really,
that's
really
the thing,
was.
though, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I was looking for a studio, I was like, all right, well, how can I make a studio like pay for itself? And like, if I'm not shooting, like, I'm not making money. Like,
Right.
what do I do?
Correct.
So I was like, well, I could have a boutique, I could have a clothing store, I could do this, I could do that. Like, what do I do? So then I knew that I wouldn't have had the overhead for myself to just have a boutique. it would be a lot of investment, and also there wasn't a lot of passion there necessarily.
Sure.
So then I was like, well, like, what is my passion? Like, what do I love? I love helping people. Like, plain and simple, I love helping people. I love supporting the small businesses. And that's where I was like, okay, duh, like a light went off, and I was like, duh, I can open a place that has other small businesses in it.
Yeah.
And then I don't have to worry about the inventory per se.
Sure.
Like that, like if you're selling something, that can be your, like, that's your scope, right?
Right.
And you're the expert in that whatever category.
Sure.
So I realized, like, I can have a boutique, and I can have a boutique without having necessarily like the overhead per se, and also worrying about like what to bring in, because like I'm not necessarily the most fashionable person. Like I'm like a leggings and sweater girl. Comfy.
You look
comfy and-
fashionable to me.
Thank you.
No, I know what you mean, though. And honestly, there was a good chunk of time. I mean, I think I'm just definitely like an entrepreneur. We have that entrepreneurial spirit, right? But there was a good chunk of time that I wanted to open a store. I still sort of do. But I think the more that you look
in
at
your free time.
Yeah, the more that you look at it, and the more that you look at, like you said, bringing in the inventory and all the things, it's a lot.
Oh, it's a lot
It's
of
a lot.
pressure.
Yeah.
And then like it's one thing. What I like might not be what you like. Might not be what
Sure.
you like. So bringing in something that everybody loves. But then my other thing was like I didn't want to bring in like the same thing for everybody, because I don't want this like the
Right.
greater Green Bay, Fox Valley, wherever
Right.
area to be wearing the same clothes.
Exactly.
Like,
Everybody's just wearing the.
That would be
Do you
awkward.
know what I really want? I want Rose What is it called? Rose Apothecary, or however you say that.
Apothecary?
Rosa
Apothecary.
Parks?
Apothecary.
Oh.
Not Rose. Nick. Did you watch Schitt's Creek?
I actually just started it, and I'm only on episode like 3 or
Okay,
4.
please watch the entire thing. Do not skip a beat. Do not pass go. I need you to watch the whole thing. It's so great.
I'm gonna go home and
But
binge.
they have a part where they have this cute little store, and it's like a little shop that just kind of they sell, clothes and candles and all the different things.
Oh, I love
So yeah, that's what I want.
I think I can help you.
That'd be so fun. Look at us. We're gonna start a new.
Look
You
at
heard
us.
it here first, folks. But no, I know it's that. Honestly, it's a lot of inventory, and it's a lot of, like you said, it's having other people helping you. So now you're paying
Yes.
overhead, and
And that's the
Slap.
thing is like let's be real right now. Like I want to believe that I can do it all. I can do bad all by myself.
oh, for sure.
But I can't. Like as much as I would love to be a superhero that I think I am in my own head, like I need the help. I need the support. I need, my people.
Right.
So
We all do.
also like my ADHD is real, man.
Me too, girl.
Like I am bored. I need stimulation. Like the hobby is like I could do candle making for like a week, and then I would do soap making,
Sure.
and then I would print shirts. Like I
Right.
would not be in it to win it, kind of thing. Photography is like my only hobby where I'm just like, it's always something new. It's always something beautiful.
Sure.
Like that's where that comes in. That's where the passion is for me.
Right.
So I knew that I couldn't start this boutique alone and have it be my passion.
So that's smart, though, and right. And I think and that's part of why I love talking to small business owners, because these lessons that you learn along the way, right?
Oh, and self-discovery
So,
too.
Exactly. I was going to say, you're self-aware enough to go, okay, I could go down all these different lanes, but now it's going to sort of be like the whole jack of all trades, right? Master of none, instead of picking something and going with it, right?
Right.
And I think that is a big lesson, because when you first start out, I think you are kind of trying different things. I mean, even in real estate, like we used to have property management services along with, just residential buying and selling. And then after a while, I was like,
Not worth it.
no, I didn't love the property management side of it. I know a lot about it, but I didn't love doing it. And I thought, you know what? Instead of trying to diversify and have all these different irons in the fire, why not do what you're actually really good at and what you really enjoy,
Yes.
right?
Yes, I love that. That's kind of like where I was too, where I was like, I've been in sales before. I know I can sell ice to an Eskimo kind of thing.
Yes.
But that's also not where I wanted to necessarily be.
Sure.
Like, I love the relationship I build with my clients or customers. And and my vendors.
Sure.
They're amazing. Like,
That's awesome.
I literally, all of them, I feel like I've met them before kind of thing. So having that relationship is really good. But yeah, that's kind of just, I mean, the gist of how Shado Rose was born.
I love that. I love that. Everybody has a story, right? It doesn't just like happen overnight or,
Oh, yeah.
most people, not all, but a lot of people don't start in one career and then, not change, right?
Yes.
And so I think that's really cool, kind of the evolution of things and learning about yourself along the way and what you like and don't like. And
Oh, for sure. And
Right.
not just myself, too, like the business.
Sure.
Like the learning curves that come along with it.
Oh, I bet.
And even like I was saying, like scouting the properties too. Like I feel like I have a really good intuition. Like I feel like I know when I connect with someone or like when something's off.
Sure.
Like I feel it.
Agreed. I'm the same. Like the energy has to be, if the energy's right, it's all good. If
Right.
it's not, it's like,
Yes.
oh Lord, this is
Yes.
awkward.
And then you're that kind of
Yes.
person probably too.
Oh,
That's
for
like,
sure.
I need to keep this going. Like I need to pick up the slack that
Yes.
this person is not giving. Yes.
Overcompensate.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's kind of how I felt when I was like doing the property searches.
Sure.
And I was, like I said, I was dead set on this space in Wrightstown. Gave him my whole business plan. Tell me why the same business is there, but I'm not.
Oh, no.
Which is not, I don't care. Like, I
Yeah.
really don't. But then as I'm waiting for the call back on, like, this property, I'm just on Facebook. And I love Marketplace like no other.
Sure. Me too.
And this building kept coming up and coming up and coming up and coming up. And I like finally I was like, screw it. It's gonna cost me nothing but my time to just see it. And like if I don't get this building in Wrightstown, at least like I have a backup.
Sure.
Cost me nothing but my time. So I called and it was in Seymour and I remember thinking like, ugh, Seymour. And then I remember also thinking like, well, it could work.
Hey, it's the home of the hamburger.
It's the home of the hamburger, and that's that was one of my selling points to myself. Was I was like, okay, I bartended there, like when I was at 18 years old. That was
love
like
that.
my first like bartending gig I ever had. Met the coolest people, the most down to earth people, like the most
You know what?
real people.
Shout out to Seymour because for real, I agree with you. Like small towns in general,
Yeah.
I feel like you can meet really, really, really cool people. I'm
So
not
amazing.
saying like any of our Fox cities is big towns, but you know what I mean. Appleton is obviously larger, Green Bay is larger, things like that. But those little small towns, the fun little towny bar, fun little mom and
Yeah.
pop,
Get out there
Yes.
to those small
Place to
towns and
eat.
experience more and do more and even see more.
Wow, he does it, bump. Every episode, I swear, he comes up with these like. I keep telling him, when you are a dad, I don't even know how we're going to handle the dad jokes.
Yeah,
because
we
you
do.
already,
I'm here, though.
you already
You're
have
practicing.
them.
Yeah.
He really
You're
is.
gonna be an expert.
Yes.
Expert dad.
So you got the place in Seymour.
Yes, and it was so funny when I went there. So it used to be a veterinary clinic, which,
Oh.
as you know, I love dogs. So I was like, oh, that's
This
so
is-
cool.
right, yes.
This is where I'm meant to be.
Uh-huh.
And the owners, Jake and Katie Vandervoort, they own Modern Build, which is a custom home place. And then Katie's also a realtor.
Oh,
Custom home
shout
building
out to a
place.
fellow realtor.
Yes. And this is where my love for realty begins. But Katie and Jake and I were in the like space and it was not done. Wasn't necessarily pretty.
Sure.
And Katie's like, okay, like tell me what your goal is. Tell me like where like what's your envisionment? What would you do with this place? Like what would you do to make it yours? And I'm like, oh, there was like these two clinic walls or like two like exam rooms, right? With windows and each of them had a window, each of them had a door. And I was like, well, first I'd knock out that wall in the middle, open that place up, box this all up, cut a hole in the wall here, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah.
You had a vision.
I had a vision.
You had a vision.
I went
which
into
is
it
awesome.
having a vision, and I shit you not. The next day, Katie sent me a picture of the wall knocked out, the walls boarded, and I was like, oh,
Like they just went to town at it?
she's serious. So that means
it.
I am serious too. So I was like, that's freaking awesome. And
That's
so she
really
was like,
cool.
I love your spirit. I love your energy that you're bringing. Like how excited you are.
That's what Nick and I do too. Like if we show a house and
We just
someone's
knock
like,
the wall
yeah,
down
like
for
if someone's
'em.
like, you know what, we're gonna knock this space open. If we bought this place, we would knock this open, and then we would do this, and then we would, move the fridge over to this side of the room.
I
and
feel like I do that to people a
right?
lot.
No,
Sometimes
that's
people
Nick and I
appreciate
just
it,
bring
though.
in our
Sledgehammers and stuff.
sledgehammers and stuff, and
Yeah.
we just get to work, and then the next day, we're like, okay, look at it now. And the current homeowner doesn't mind at all.
No, they wouldn't. They're like, why didn't we think of this sooner?
Right? Duh. We want to stay now.
Yeah, actually, it's not for sale.
Yeah.
But there are just people that can't visualize. Like,
No, I
space
agree
like
with
that.
you. There
just kind
is.
of have to tell them, like, okay, well, here's what you
Absolutely.
can do.
All jokes aside, you're absolutely right. And that's
So
why I
true.
said it's good that you had that vision, because there are a lot of people. I think there's a lot more people that have a hard time visualizing something
Absolutely.
than can.
Yes.
Totally agree.
I have learned that for sure. And having somebody else who saw the vision with me
Yeah.
was so cool. And especially because it wasn't her, like, not that it wasn't her business to envision,
Sure.
but to like be there right next to me, like picturing it in the clouds kind of thing. It was really, really cool. So
That's awesome.
that's when I knew, like, they were serious about me. I need to be serious about me. And also, like, they took a huge leap of
Someone's knocking down walls for
faith.
you.
Literally.
It is time for you
So,
to
yes, I
get
was like,
serious.
Jesus, if there is a sign,
Right.
please give it to me. And that was the sign. So that's kind of how it all, like, how the building part
Sure.
began. And then from there, it's been nonstop. And I had, like, the little middle room was supposed to be my studio. And I love shooting outdoors. Like, that's probably where my favorite part is. Like, I know how to do the lighting. I have lighting. It's not my favorite. It gives JCPenney. Nothing against JCPenney.
Listen.
I'm Shado Rose, not
Nick and I,
JCPenney.
right, you're Shadow Rose.
I-
Excuse us.
I do really think that there is a JCPenney session somewhere in the future.
That we should go and do.
I would like to do one.
I agree with you. We actually sometimes when we get like group our team photos done, we will have like a fun little shot where we'll do like the whole or the Olin Mills back in the
Yes!
day.
I was
Shout out
literally
to
thinking
Olin
of
Mills,
Olin Mills.
J.C. Penney, right? You go there, you stand in front of the little, the little sheet of colored
Glamour shots.
paper. Oh, glamour shots. Yes. I actually never had those done.
Oh.
Dang it.
I think that's where
Do your hair up.
We could
Yeah.
do it, right?
that's
oh,
where
it'd
I
be
wanted.
so
like,
cool.
That was my first taste of boudoir, if you will. Like, where I was like, they're
Glamour
so
shots.
beautiful.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Why can't we all be glamorous?
Right?
Um,
So, okay, so now fast forward to today. You've got your awesome building. You obviously, like you said, you kind of like the natural lighting and doing things outdoors, but you said you kind of just do anything and everything, right?
yes.
From senior portraits to
Family,
newborns.
weddings,
You do weddings.
engagements. Yes.
I always think weddings would be scary.
I was really, really scared. My first wedding ever was a courthouse wedding.
Oh, that's a good way to get started.
Okay.
Yeah, it was super
I
fun.
like that.
And it was like
Easy
non-traditional.
peasy. Sure.
Yeah.
Like, the bride didn't wear white.
Sure.
I believe she was pregnant also.
Well, that's why.
But they were
Someone
just,
explain that one to me.
We'll talk about that later.
they were a young couple, and they were just like, just so fun.
Sure.
And I love love.
Yes.
Like, I am a sucker for love. And I'm also the person that's like, I don't think I've been to a wedding where I'm not like tearing up.
Yeah.
And like just thinking about like how much they love each other. I'm like,
Right.
That's so beautiful.
Oh.
But then I was like, I want to try like a normal wedding. And at first I was like really intimidated. I was like, okay, I'm not going to do well with the bridezilla. And also like that is a heavy weight on your shoulders. Like somebody's biggest day of their
Wedding day.
life.
Yes.
What if I lose the pictures? What if my lens cap is on or something crazy? Like, what if they're all blurry? Like, what do I do?
That actually happened, a real story, real quick, to one of my friends. We,
I heard about
do you
that.
remember this? We ended up having to recreate pictures.
Yikes.
Like, go back and kind of do a redo. Uh-huh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And okay, so I joined some wedding groups to like, or put my name out there for, or like as a photographer. Yeah, there's like, it's a it's muddy waters. I will say that.
I can see. I mean, it's kind of probably in a way. I mean, listen, I think your wedding day, buying a home, selling a home, it's up there with those big moments in life, right?
Absolutely.
And so it can be amazing and it can be super exciting and rewarding, and it can also be very, very, very stressful.
Very
right?
stressful.
Yes.
And that's where you need people like us that bring that energy. Like,
Just the calm.
let me.
When people think of me, they think of nothing but calm. Right, Nick? He's looking at me like, what in the actual... But you know what? I feel like you're probably similar in this way. We're ADHD, we're all over the place, but we also know what we do, and it's our craft, and so we can help other people through that.
I feel like I'm
Right?
a master of distracting you from your stress.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like that's a really good trait I bring to the table. And,
Sure.
like, I'll be the goofy, I'll be the funny, I'll be the oversharer
Yes.
in this session, if you will.
Right.
So that you can just chill and relax and also not feel any sort of insecurity, whether, like, if you're feeling like,
Yeah.
I'll do the goofy, I'll do the weird pose first and, like,
Yes.
make the weird comments or whatever.
I like that because it kind of that's a good point too, because it's always sort of like nerve wracking at first. It's like, how should I stand? I am standing like a robot.
Like
yes.
this.
So it's nice when the photographer kind of opens up. So, okay, with the limited time we have left, could you please tell the world where they can find you?
725 Woodland Plaza, Seymour, Wisconsin.
Okay, 725.
Or 167.
725 Woodland Plaza in
Yes.
Seymour.
So if you're
okay.
if you're familiar with Seymour, you will find yourself a quick trip on Mainline, Mainline and 54. If you're familiar with the old Shopko, basically it's across the street.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is where I am.
Okay.
I'm open Tuesday through Saturday,
Okay.
and we have a lot of events.
How far out are you usually booking?
Right now to November.
That's awesome, though.
Wow.
Good for you.
It is awesome, and it's like
for you,
I manifested this for sure. I was like,
Yes.
I'm going to be successful.
right?
Like,
You have to.
I had 5 sessions Sunday. I had 5 sessions, and then we hosted a ladies' night at the shop,
That's
which
awesome.
our ladies' nights are by far probably like a fan favorite, if you will. We literally do tattoos. We have different vendors that like make your own hats.
That's so cool though,
permanent
because
jewelry.
basically what I'm hearing is yes, you're getting involved in the community in all different ways.
Absolutely.
And that's where I think when you get involved, and that's, big part of the reason we're doing this too, is the more involved you are, the more it kind of all comes back.
Absolutely.
So.
And that's kind
yeah.
of my thing. Like, I'm like, if I just keep following my heart and like what
Absolutely.
my heart wants, like,
Yeah.
I'll be rewarded. Like, what
For
you
sure.
give back comes back thrice, if you will.
100%.
And definitely teaching my kids like that too. So my daughter, she's 5. She did a lemonade stand for veterans,
I love
which
that.
my grandpa passed away in April, and that's kind of where she like I taught her. She wanted to make money.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna sell lemonade, and I was like,
Sure.
all right, are you raising money?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, what does that mean? So I like explained to her like something you really care about, like whether it's animals or sick people or veterans.
Sure.
Immediately she was like, let's raise money for your grandpa who died. And I was like bawling. So then she actually this last weekend raised over $1,100 for Old Glory Honor
Oh
Flight.
my gosh, that's amazing.
Yes. For her little
That
lemonade
is
stand.
so cool.
Yeah, she wants a
Good
job in
for
real
her.
estate. Holy
Right.
Yeah, she is.
Talk about a little
she's-
entrepreneur.
Oh my gosh, yeah. She's my superhero for sure. And tonight,
Amazing.
actually,
I'm sure you're
she's-
hers as well.
I hope so. She is opening the curtain and like yelling "Welcome home" to all the veterans for the 9/11 Old Glory Honor Flight tonight. So like
that.
that's something I'm super pumped about. And she's just
It's really neat.
an amazing kid.
That's
Even-
so cool.
yeah.
So cool.
My goal is to try to do as much as I can within the community, and also we touched base before.
Yeah, I
but
know you said like you love doing, volunteering and
Yes.
charitable work.
Yes.
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 So that's really cool.
When I win the lottery, I will just be.
Girl, you and me both.
I'm gonna own a farm probably, and I'll like house all the animals, like
Yep.
foster all the animals or like rescue all the animals.
I won't ever need to see another person. I'll just take care of the animals all
Right?
day.
Literally,
Animals are so much better. They don't talk
Oh.
back.
people are way
They're loyal.
way overrated.
I'll have a
Right?
sassy donkey that just kind of Hee-haws around the yard.
Oh my gosh, I love that. But I know you mentioned like at some point doing, and I know this is all still in the works, but like doing kind of a picture project where
yeah.
you're, because like you said, pictures tell a big story,
Pictures
right?
tell a huge story. So I'm Potawatomi. Fun fact, I didn't really know I was of indigenous heritage until I was like 8 or 9 years old. And my mom was adopted. My biological father wasn't really in the picture. I was blessed with the best dad ever, though, at a very young age. But I never really knew my native heritage. So that was
Sure.
something that I didn't want for my child. So, like, advocating for Native Americans and other indigenous people and tribes and getting to know my roots was something that was really important to me because I know I'm not alone in that also. So
Oh,
in the
for
last
sure.
year, I developed a program or nonprofit called Indigenous Impacts Project. And that, I guess my goal with that was to bring awareness to the Native American cultures because there's so many languages dying. There's so many just, traditions getting lost because people aren't learning them.
Sure.
And so, like, this was my attempt to kind of just revive and teach other people.
Sure.
And bring awareness to
Right.
it. And, like, people, even if they're not indigenous, like, Caucasian people, like, any people of any culture learning more. Because the more you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
For
so-
sure. And you can learn a lot through a photograph and,
Yeah.
reading with it and all the things. Yeah.
So that's my goal, is to just be able to eventually, have my business in a position where I can just travel. And there's this, I don't know what you call it, like the portraits. What did I call it? An editorial.
You said like Humans of New
Yes,
York,
Humans
which
of
I've
New York.
seen that. Yes.
So basically,
Really cool.
it's
Featuring different people.
Yes,
right?
different people. I'd love to go to different reservations and meet different people of different tribes and just kind of like hear their story because everybody has a story.
I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to do a book on that.
I would like, that's like my 5-year plan for sure, to do
I
that,
love that.
and just bring awareness and just like, even expand. It doesn't have to necessarily be of Native American culture, like just people in general, like
Sure.
maybe business owners.
Boom.
Genius.
Right? I know. No, there's so much that we can all learn from each other, right? If we
Absolutely.
just stop and take a little bit of time.
That is something
Yeah.
I've definitely learned, especially like in this business, like in the boutique business.
Sure.
And so believe it or not, all of this started, I'm not joking, in January.
And look at how much you're gonna run the world in like 4
Oh
years.
gosh, my head is not
Shadow
gonna
for
fit through the
president.
door. So meeting the different vendors, and also like I obviously did my homework. I went to all the boutiques.
Sure.
And especially the boutiques like mine that are more of a consignment boutique. And I literally met so many incredible people. And that was something that I really loved taking away, is because in the photography world, like people I feel like, or people that I've worked with or met or whatever, are kind of like gatekeepy. Where like, I just want to, like, I love what I do.
Sure.
There's plenty of room for all of us to eat.
There's enough fish.
Yes, there's
Yep.
plenty. And that's like the difference from the photography world versus the boutique world, where it's like there's literally boutiques in Seymour that we kind of piggyback and like help each other. So it's like, why can't we all do that? We're
Right.
not even in the same town.
Right.
So like meeting the boutique people that have literally, like, I have a group chat with like 7 different business owners and helping each other.
That's awesome.
And
I love
networking
that.
is like, word of mouth is everything.
It sure is. It sure is. So speaking of that, so we know where your physical location is, but is it best for people to reach out to you on Facebook, call you, text you? How is it best? Go to your website, all of the above?
I would say D, all of the above.
Okay.
I actually turned off my website for the time being because it was just my photography stuff.
Sure.
And I didn't want people to get confused with like the e-commerce thing,
Okay.
which I'm not opposed to, but I want to develop a relationship with the customer. I want to know about your life. I want to know about your wedding or
Yes.
your vacation or whatever. So
Right.
I don't want to have an online shop. I'd rather people come in
Sure.
because you have to see it really
Yeah.
in person anyways. So I would say stop in, message me on Facebook, message me on Instagram, or my business number that's listed on Google is my direct line.
Okay.
So you can text it or call it.
That's cool. So, and spell your name because I think it's unique, which I love, but I don't want people getting confused.
It's Shado, but no W. So Shado.
D-O. Shado Rose.
And Rose is common spelling.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Well, thank you so much for sharing everything. And I'm so excited. I know you're kind of more at the beginning of the journey. It was interesting to hear about, where it all came from, where you are today. And then you got to come back like in a year and tell us all of the things because I know you're going to be just blowing it up. So
That would be awesome.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Yes, it's been super great having you. All right, well, we're going to quick cover a few in the know in the 920 weekend events, all right? And we're not going to do that, though, until I do this.
Let's see what's happening this weekend in the 920.
Thank you, Tori.
Thank you, Tori. Nick, would you like to share the
Yeah.
first event?
Let's kick her off.
Okay.
Irish Fest of the Fox Cities, Friday and Saturday, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Jones Park in Appleton. Join us downtown in Appleton at Jones Park for the 4th annual Irish Fest of the Fox Cities. Get ready to dance and tap your foot along to world-class music from headlining acts Eileen Ivers and Scaryvore, I think. I don't know. Discover new favorites like Jig Jam and Pat Byrne, alongside many other talented artists. Experience a vibrant celebration of Irish and Celtic heritage. Take part in diverse programming in our cultural area. Enjoy fun family activities in the Wee Ones area.
Oh, wow.
Explore unique products from our array of retail vendors. And savor a variety of delicious food and beverages.
So, I mean, there's a lot going on here for the whole fam.
Yeah.
Speaking of food, have you guys ever had Irish fries?
No.
No.
They're just loaded fries with like
Huh.
Do you know what?
fry.
That sounds amazing.
the cheese, the sour cream, the bacon, the onion.
That sounds so good. Listen, Shadow, you've got some really good food suggestions. Right after this, I'm going to Texas Roadhouse, getting the bread with the ranch. Then I'm going to go have some loaded fries.
Yeah, let's go buy some potatoes.
Yeah. I love it. All right. Ultimate Ladies Day, Saturday, September 14th. So this Saturday from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Nick, listen up. You're going to want to be at this one.
I'm
okay?
hearing ya.
All right. Chase Bank Building at 111 East Wisconsin Ave in downtown Neenah. I've heard about this event before. I think it's really cool. So it says, join us for an elegant ladies' day featuring a catwalk-style fashion show. Glamour and style take center stage at a new location. This ultimate day of fun and pampering starts with catered cocktails and a light brunch, and a fashion show followed by an afternoon of casual, free-form fun in downtown Neenah, including shopping for all the latest fall styles. Doesn't this sound like your dream day, Nick? Yeah, I figured. Each attendee will receive a special gift along with a swag bag of samples, specials, and coupons. Tickets are required. So,
Had me on coupons.
I know, right? So, ticket price and registration are available online. Check out Ultimate Ladies Day in Neenah this Saturday. Okay? Cool. Nick, what do you got?
All right, Saturday, September 14th, 1 p.m. This is in Neenah at 1171 Gillingham Road at Firelight. It is a pet adoption party.
We could go get some more, Shadow.
Tapped out. We're at max capacity.
In addition to meeting some pretty amazing animals looking for their new families, there will be some basket raffles and a 50-50 raffle. But wait, there is more. So much more.
Whoa.
They're going to have on the Badgers vs. Alabama game. Kickoff for that is at 11 a.m.
Okay.
They're going to have guest bartenders serving inside
Whoa.
and outside, donating 100% of their tips from 1 to 4.
Oh, 100% of the tips
is
to
awesome.
the pet adoption.
Yeah, continues on to the second page.
So great. Okay.
Beer garden will be open with the Line and Kugel's beer trailer. They will have space for all of the pups that are looking for their forever home,
Forever.
but also for the two-legged friends to enjoy a beer.
That would be us, the two-legged. Okay.
So enjoy multiple draft offerings all afternoon. Every Line and Kugel's purchased will receive an entry for a chance to win a Coleman Line and Kugel's cooler. Guest bartenders will be led by Art. Apparently, Art must be somebody that I know. And
It's like, who's Art?
Some very special guests, including one surprise bartender you will not want to miss.
Oh, I wonder if they know Art. I love how it just says in here, guest bartenders will be led by Art. Not like art as in like
Crafts.
crafts, right? Like
Yeah.
Art, A-R-T. So
With a capital A.
shout
like
out
it's a
to
person's
Art,
name.
and also
Yeah.
We love
if
you, Art.
anyone knows who Art is,
Maybe
let
it's one
us
of
know.
the dogs.
Because I really feel like maybe it's like the lead dog, the leader
Oh.
of the pack. Art feels very special right now.
Watch us be like the three people in the state that don't know who Art is.
Everyone else is like, listen, you guys are canceled, okay? You don't know who Art is, you're done. Okay. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I'm
and
going
again,
just to meet Art.
right? I want to, do you know what? I might also need to be there to meet Art. 1:00, right? This Saturday.
1:00 Saturday.
Firelight in Neenah. Okay. A lot going on in Neenah this weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another fun one. Latino Fest, Pierce Park in Appleton. So we're going to have
Wow.
Jones Park was on Friday for Irish Fest. Wow, we're just
Yeah.
really getting all the heritages in this weekend. Pierce Park in Appleton on Saturday, Latino Fest from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. It says, join us for our annual Latino Fest celebration, a free event for the community. All ages can participate. Enjoy live music, dance performances, art demonstrations. Now, in this case, we're talking art demonstrations.
Yeah.
Okay. And other cultural
Demonstrations
expressions.
is the last name.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's who Art is. Oh wow. Okay. Let's see. Hispanic Latino community. We're going to be celebrating the Hispanic Latino. That was so funny. I just got completely sidetracked. Oh, live music, dance performances, art demonstrations. And other cultural expressions representing the Fox Valley Hispanic and Latino community. Very cool. Learn
Live
about
la vida
services.
loca.
I know, right? Learn about services from local nonprofits. We love that. Schools and businesses, and discover employment opportunities too. So that's really cool. And there'll be food and beverages. Very nice.
Of course. Wrapping it up with Michael's annual corn roast.
And by Michael's,
That's not a person, it's the establishment.
It's Art's cousin.
yeah, he's directly related to Art.
Sunday, September 15th at noon p.m.
Okay.
Join us in celebrating our annual corn roast on Sunday, September 15th. We will have happy hour drink pricing, free shots, every Packer touchdown, and of course, free lunch buffet with an asterisk. Starting at 1:30 p.m. Stop on down for the food and stay to watch the Packer game. Bring your friends and have some fun. The asterisk is free with beverage purchase.
I was going to say, there's nothing like, no free lunch, right? No, that's cool though. That sounds like fun. Do
Yeah.
you know where I'm going to be on Sunday? I am.
Me too.
Oh,
Maybe I'll see you there. I'm taking my son. Jay and I are going.
I manage the autograph merchandise sales there.
Of
also.
course you do. Because like you wouldn't have something else going on Sunday. That's awesome. Well, go pack. And go weekend.
yeah. Good luck
And-
to Malik Willis. We believe in him.
Good luck
Yeah.
to Art,
Great.
who's going to be leading a team of bartenders.
Good luck to Art this weekend in all of your festivities, and Michael's and everyone else. And we hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Right?
Yeah. And from us here at the Kelly Davies Homes team, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To contact the Kelly Davies Homes team for all of your buying and selling needs, call 920-791-9047. Find us on Facebook at the Kelly Davies Homes team or go to kellydavieshomes.com.